Bidhi Chand and Bidhi Sas mean the same thing. What does Sas mean? Hanji? Very good. He Rav Suraj. He Sas moon. Sasi moon. But I other kalake na kya like Sas. Oh, right? Sas polla bolna Sas. Bidhi Sas. Now, apanu, through this presentation, it's going to just be a vyakhya of this. Siddhi. You can't get Siddhi. That can only come with Guru Sahib. Becoming foremost or Sirmor. Like the Panj Pyare in 1699. Or the Guru Maharaj Ji ne parkh la ke, they became Sirmor. Right? Willing to give their heads. And they gave it. Bidhi means method. To strategize. But let me tell you this. A lot of people and children, when they're growing up, they're born with this cleverness. They can outsmart other individuals. It's kudrati. People have this. And then what happens is, if they do have it, but there's a darkness of tamogun in their mind, meaning that they don't have that enlightenment inside of them, then what happens is, imagine you looking for a path in the darkness. They go on a tainted road if they meet wrong company. So, to have a method and no prakash, it's a recipe for danger. Jado Sas is a moon, but the moon comes as a crescent moon, half moon, and then full moon. And Prakash means illumination. The full moon's illumination at night will give you a path, and then you'll be able to realize it. So this is the vyakhya that we're going to go through, and there's a tarna, or I should say a var that Guru Hargobind Sahib Ji gave to Baba Bidhi Chand. Does anybody know that? Everybody's usually familiar with it. Every group so far has told me. One person had. Hanji. A varsi. Bidhi Chand China, Guru Ka Sina. ठीक है? Why China? China is the Janamastan of Baba Bidhi Chand. This is the Janamastan of Baba Bidhi Chand. It's in the pen China. And now, आज ਜਿਹੜਾ ਸੀ ਨਾ Bidhi Chand China, Guru Ka Sina, ਇਹ ਵਾਰ ਇਹ ਆਪਾਂ ਹੁਣ ਗਾਉਣੀ ਹੈ, ਪਰ ਉਹ ਧਾਰਨੇ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਗਾਉਣੀ ਹੈ ਜਿਸ ਤਰ੍ਹਾਂ ਪ੍ਰਚਾਰ ਕੀਤਾ ਜਾਂਦਾ ਹੁੰਦਾ ਸੀ ਇੰਡੀਆ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ. ਓਕੇ, ਮੈਂ ਪਹਿਲਾਂ ਬੋਲੂੰਗਾ ਫਿਰ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਪਿੱਛੇ ਬੋਲਣਾ. ਸਾਰਿਆਂ ਨੇ ਹਿੰਮਤ ਕਰਨੀ. I had a group that was very small and they were probably my loudest group. They had like only 6 or 7 people. So I need you to top that at least. ਪਿਆਰਿਓ ਬਿਧੀ ਚੰਦ ਛੀਨਾ ਪਿੰਡ ਦਾ, ਪਿਆਰਿਓ ਬਿਧੀ ਚੰਦ ਛੀਨਾ ਪਿੰਡ ਦਾ, ਉਹ ਤਾਂ ਬਣ ਗਿਆ ਗੁਰਾਂ ਦਾ ਸੀਨਾ, 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 ਪਿਆਰਿਓ ਬਿਧੀ ਚੰਦ ਛੀਨਾ ਪਿੰਡ ਦਾ, ਬਿਧੀ ਚੰਦ ਛੀਨਾ ਪਿੰਡ ਦਾ, ਉਹ ਤਾਂ ਬਣ ਗਿਆ ਗੁਰਾਂ ਦਾ ਸੀਨਾ, ਉਹ ਤਾਂ ਬਣ ਗਿਆ ਗੁਰਾਂ ਦਾ ਸੀਨਾ, ਉਹ ਤਾਂ ਬਣ ਗਿਆ ਗੁਰਾਂ ਦਾ ਸੀਨਾ, ਉਹ ਤਾਂ ਬਣ ਗਿਆ ਗੁਰਾਂ ਦਾ ਸੀਨਾ. So China is the pind where the Baba Bidhi Chand came to this world, and in the family, the father is Baba Devaji, Mata Sambli is the mother, and then the Nanke pind of Baba Bidhi Chand is Sarhali. Baba Bidhi Chand, when he would go to his Nanke, he got mixed up with a group or a gang, because there were gangs in Sarhali, and this gang led to Kusangat. He had the cleverness. He could outsmart people, and he found it easy. When he got mixed with this group, what happened? Well, they started strategizing how each of them would go to different pens, and then they would steal stuff and then sell it. And sometimes it was just stealing for themselves. He became famous for this. Everybody knew that Sarhali was where all the thieves come from. Baba Bidhi Chand was one of them. So, but we all come with baggage from our last lives. We all come with karmas. And these seeds sit inside of us, and sometimes there's things that we've done in our last life that you can get sangat. Just like you guys are at this camp. It's not just that you signed out a registration form and booked your flight. Something provoked you to do it. And those are those past karmas. Purb karm ankur jab pragte. Piche bolna saane. Purb karm ankur jab pragte. Ankur jab pragte. Piche bolna means after me. Petyo purk rasik bairagi. Purv karm, your past karms, your past actions, ankur, that sit as seeds, jab, when they become revealed, pragate. Petyo, then when they become revealed or they sprout, just like seeds in the ground, they sprout in this life. Petyo, you meet a purk, a person who's complete in their spiritual avastha, rasak, the person that is enjoying the rasa of Paramatma and Bairagi, and because of that rasa, they're detached from the world. You're able to meet that kind of a person. And those are the kind of people, if they're pakke and they're puran, meaning that, oh, sachi hai gaya purk. Purk means puran here. Then what will they do? Oh, kache pille nahi honge je tode. If you go in front of them, place money in front of them, that they're going to be like, oh, I want to make this person a follower of mine. No, they will strive. If they're puran, that Paramatma ne jorna, kyunki unna karke mere ko ye vasta aayi hai. There is an occasion. Now that seed that was sitting inside of Bhai Bidhi Chand, it was going to sprout. He, on this one occasion, went out like any other occasion to do this robbery. And he arrived in the village that he wanted to, and he got the cattle that he was seeking to rob. But as he's moving out, he starts hearing the villagers holler, chor, chor, and all of them are collecting together. They have a koji banda. A koji in it means kind of a detective that's watching the hoof prints of the cattle. And Bhai Bidhi Chand knows he can't run fast with cattle. He's trying to move the cattle, but the villagers are quickly catching up. They have torches, they have spears, they have talwars, and they have no part of them that they want to give this person redemption. They want to kill him. They want to rid people of the world of thieves. Baba Bidhi Chand knows that his safety is gone and that his whole life of kukaram, he's realizing, has now led him up to his death. That it's going to bring him down. So he keeps moving, keeps going, and realizes that his destination, he has to change it. There's a pind nearby, which is called Chohala Sahib. Chohala Sahib, it has a gurdwara there. It's called Gurdwara Baba Adli Sahib Ji. Now, Guru Arjan Dev Ji at one point had visited this spot. And Guru Arjan Dev Ji, wherever he would visit, all our Guru Sahibs, eventually would send pracharaks. He would see the people have solidified their avastha, spiritual state, and फिर उन्होंने कहते ਹੁੰਦੇ ਸੀ, go on preaching missions. ਭਾਈ ਗੁਰਦਾਸ ਜੀ ਨੂੰ ਆਗਰੇ ਭੇਜਣਾ, or ਜਾਂ ਕਹਿ ਦਿਓ ਭਾਈ ਮਾਧੋ ਜੀ ਨੂੰ ਕਸ਼ਮੀਰ ਭੇਜਣਾ. There would be Baba Adli that would go to this pind at this time, and he was there. As Baba Bidhi Chand's bringing the cattle in, there is a Gursikh named Baba Adli Ji who's sitting at this spot. He's sitting at this spot, and right beside him, where there now is a sarovar, there's a shepherd, a pond. Like there is always there's a pond within many villages in India. ਉੱਥੇ ਜਾ ਕੇ ਡੰਗਰਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਨਵਾਉਂਦੇ ਹੁੰਦੇ or get them to drink water and so forth. So what did he do? He came in there, he spotted Baba Adli Ji, he approached Baba Adli Ji, he pushed the cattle within the sarovar, and then he looks to Baba Adli Ji for refuge. And he comes to Baba Adli Ji and namaskar karda, hath jod ke. He waits for Baba Adli Ji to open his eyes. When he doesn't, he starts talking. He says, Mera naam hai Bidhi, and main tode kole aaya, mere bacha karo Mahapursho. That save me. That I am a sinner. Jis tarah Guru Granth Sahib Ji de vich aunda, je pulli, je chukki sai, pi te hinji kandiya. Oda bhav ki hai, if I forget and I go astray, Sai, my pyara Lord, that I'm still yours, even though I'm a sinner. I'm still yours. I ronda ronda kurlaunda Baba Adli de agge. Har ke Baba Adli da dhyan ode wal chale gaya. Avde simran to which uthan hoya, he opened his eyes and he looked at Baba Bidhi Chand, and Baba Bidhi Chand couldn't make eye contact because of his pratap. Kyunki dekhe, eja vela si amrit vela, that pinni ranadiye chamkan tare, jage sant jana mere ram pyare, eje Mahapurush vi uthde hunde a, par dekho chor vi us vele uthde hunde a, because they know everybody else is asleep. And sometimes these paths cross. The person who influenced me a lot was Bhai Pardeep Singh. ਉਹਦੇ ਨਾਲ ਵੀ ਇਹ ਜੀ ਚੀਜ਼ਾਂ ਬੀਤੀਆਂ ਸੀ. At Amrit Vela, when he used to go nange pairing, walking to Sri Gurdwara Sahib. So anyways, he looks at Baba Bidhi Chand. Baba Bidhi Chand, the sara pinda kam gaya, and he couldn't look back at Baba Adli Ji in the eyes. And he turns to him. Not a whole katha he's going to give him. He gives him a simple updesh. He says, Simro Sri Arjan Gur Rakhe Tavlaja Rakhe Tavlaja. You should do Simran of Guru Arjan Dev Ji. Guru Arjan Dev Ji, Baba Bidhi Chand hasn't even seen Guru Arjan Dev Ji. But he told him, and he didn't question. Baba Bidhi Chand didn't question him. He says, Purkha ithe baith ja. Baba Adli Ji says to Baba Bidhi Chand, oh baith gaya, and hon dhyan tarda, but he doesn't know the image of Guru Arjan Dev Ji and how beautiful it is and all the blessings he has given to the Sikh Sangat. Yet he starts going, Tan Sri Guru Arjan Dev Ji. Tusi vi ek bari keh do, Tan Sri Guru Arjan Dev Ji. Japyo jin Arjan Dev Guru, फिर संकट जोन गर्भ ना आयो. Dhan Sri Guru Granth Sahib Ji kehinde hai that the people that recite Guru Arjan Dev Ji's name. Now, aam kar kise nu ਇਹ ਜੀ ਚੀਜ਼ਾਂ ਬਾਰੇ ਕਿਵੇਂ ਪਤਾ ਲੱਗਦਾ? That person says doing simran of a Guru's name. There's blessings in that. Doing simran of Guru Arjan Dev Ji's name, Maharaji promises that a person who does so, that won't come back into another womb or into another life form. It carries that much blessing. Now Baba Adli Ji, looking more into it, is that he could easily said that Vaheguru Naam Simran karo tusi. Right? But then oh the Guru da kam Gur Mantra dena. That becomes of the Guru Sahib to give the Gur Mantra, for now us, the Panch Pyare, who represent the Guru Sahib. Baba Adli Ji tells him to do Simran of Guru Arjan Dev Ji, and as you do Simran of Guru Arjan Dev Ji, tera nischay pakkuga on Guru Arjan Dev Ji, and you will want to meet him. So Baba Adli Ji tells him that. He sits down, he starts doing Simran of Guru Arjan Dev Ji's name. He says, Tan Sri Guru Arjan Dev Ji, Tan Sri Guru Arjan Dev Ji. His hands are folded very hard, and he keeps doing the Simran, and he hears the villagers arriving. He keeps his eyes closed, and the villagers now have come all the way up to Baba Adli Ji. He can hear what they're saying, and the villagers ask Baba Adli Ji, Eto koi chor langya? Has any robber passed these parts? And Baba Adli ji says, "Ahi kalla chor jira ithe baitha, that this is the only chor that I know." They look at Baba Bidhi Chand, and he keeps his hands tight, still doing Simran, hearts pounding, because this is like that one point where everything can change for him. Death is staring him in the face, and he's still doing Simran of Dhan Sri Guru Arjan Dev Ji, Minu Bachalo Dhan Sri Guru Arjan Dev Ji, avde man de vich. So the villagers now turn back after looking at Baba Bidhi Chand, and they go to Baba Adli ji. Nahi Baba ji, hor chor labde appa, hor chor. Hor chor? How did that all of a sudden change? But this is Baba Bidhi Chand. He's the chor. He's been pointed out by Baba Adli ji. But the villagers see that ek koi jagyasu hoga. It's some person that's trying to correct their life, that came to a spiritual person such as Baba Adli ji, and he's trying to build a life too. Baba Adli ji is giving a new life to Baba Bidhi Chand. He's giving some chanan from the Guru Sahib to him. And that chanan's going to give him a path. It's going to give him a cause, a direction, a goal. And then when this happens, they turn to Baba Adli. Let's ask him another question. That, has there any cattle? Have you seen any cattle come through these parts? Because they track the cattle there. And Baba Adli ji says, "Ah, shappad de vich dekh lo, aahi majjah jehde manu pata bare. I don't know anything else about any other majj. Aa jehde samne khade inna nu dekh lo." Fir oh andar jaake dekhan lage, and behold, Dhan Sri Guru Arjan Dev Ji. What does he do? He changed the color of the cattle from black to brown, and the ones that were brown, they became black. The villagers recognize their cattle. They know, because they milk them, they feed hay to them. They know their cattle, but they cannot recognize their own cattle. So they come out of the shepherd, they ask for forgiveness from Baba Adli ji, that we disturbed your Simran. And they went on. And Baba Adli ji puts his hand on the back of Baba Bidhi Chand, and he says, "Dekh Bidhiya, Guru Arjan Dev ji ne teri laaj rakh li. That Guru Maharaj's kept your honor. That onne dak liya tenu. He's covered all your sins. These people are standing before you and they didn't recognize you as a robber." And Pubba maar ke roon lag gaya. Pubba means like overwhelmed, starts crying. And he says to Baba Adli ji, "Mainu Guru Arjan Dev ji ko le chalo." As the day started, they would make their way to Guru Arjan Dev Ji. And Guru Arjan Dev Ji, he goes and falls on Guru Maharaj's feet. And well, before that, Baba Adli Ji told him that, "Bidhiya, ek gur ki vadiyai. Bidhiya, ek gur ki vadiyai. Bidhiya, ek gur ki vadiyai." Jamte ho? Bidhiya, लिए नाम पे सकल चुकाई, लिए नाम पे सकल चुकाई, लिए नाम पे सकल चुकाई, लिए नाम पे सकल चुकाई. By saying Guru Arjan Dev Ji's name, all your fears have been dispelled and eradicated. Bidhiya, look, this is Guru Maharaj's glory. This is Guru Maharaj's greatness. He's given you a new life. And Bidhi Chand doesn't know what to say. Guru Bani says this too. Nirpo jape sagalpo mite. Nirpo comes in the Mool Mantra. The Mool Mantra represents the image of the Lord. And Nirpo means fearless. Fearless. By reciting the fearless, you become fearless. All fear is eradicated. And now that nischa has started in Baba Bidhi Chand. And that mind, because look, in Gurbani, we were mentioning Siddhi, Bidhi, Sas Prakash. Sas means moon. And the moon represents in Gurbani Gyan, enlightenment. But where does it get its light? It gets it from another source, doesn't it? It gets it from the Suraj. The Suraj would represent Paramatma. And in this circumstance, it's Guru Arjan Dev Ji. Guru Arjan Dev Ji, who is the form of the Creator, he's given him a bit of roshni that he can see a path. So there's a bit of a crescent moon that's forming in Baba Bidhi Chand. And those past seeds are sprouting. He's given an opportunity in this life. Gurbani says, now he goes to Guru Arjan Dev Ji. And Guru Arjan Dev Ji says, Bidhiya, chori shad de. He knows Baba Bidhi Chand's name already. Antarjamta Sache Pasha ne dikhai. And he tells him to leave chori. Now if I go to you, leave eating chocolate. You'll be like, oh, easier said than done. You'll be leaving bra ke mainu matta dein lag gaya. I'm not leaving chocolate. If you sincerely want to stop something, and if Marji, you use Gurbani as your Sahara, and if it's Marji saying it to you, there's bal behind that. There's strength behind that. If I say something, there's no strength behind it. If Guru Sahib says it, there's strength behind it. If Marji says to you, Chori shad de, the remedy's there already. You just have to try not to steal now. But it was a habit for Baba Bidhi Chand. So 1 or 2 times he went that way to steal. But when he stole, he went back and returned it. Just like when Baba Adli Ji now said to him that you correct your mistake. So what did he do? He took the cattle from that shepherd, and while the villagers had moved forward and looking for Baba Bidhi Chand, he went back and returned the cattle to the places where he had stolen them. But now he couldn't recognize him, so Guru Maharaj returned him to the same color. So he could remember where he stole them from. He corrected his way, and Guru Maharaj said, "Tuhun chori shad de." And as he did a couple of times, he corrected. So it means that कई बारी अपन कोई चीज जे दृढ़ रख लेने, if Maharaj gives us maryada, जे गलती भी हो जावे, Maharaj is not going to cast you out. He knows that you're struggling. You just ask him for more strength. That's what ardas is for. You do ardas because you recognize as you don't have the capacity. You're asking for a higher power, for strength. As he did seva, now look, Bidhi, he had strategies, he had cleverness. But now in the Guru Ka, that translated to efficiency. He could foresee that the Sangat needs seva. What's the best way to do seva? And he got Maharaj's pleasure out of this. He got Maharaj's blessings out of it. Tan Sri Guru Arjan Dev Ji gave him blessing. And Bhai Gurdas Ji says, to become a follower like what Baba Bidhi Chand became, you have to become murda. Murda means dead. A dead follower? No, dead for the world. A follower for Guru Maharaj Ji. Because Guru Maharaj Ji gives you a place, just like a dead person finds a spot in a grave. Jis papi ko mile na toi, sarnave ta nirmaloi. That sinner that has no other place can come to Guru Maharaj Ji's sanctuary and find a place. But not only that, Maharaj Ji cleans his bache. You come to Guru Maharaj Ji's sanctuary, he's going to purify you and make you immaculate. Regardless of what you think, that you have no other way, you say to yourself that there's no way, I have too many sins. Maharaj Ji says, no, I'll clean you. So a grave doesn't keep a person that's alive. You have to become murda, dead for the world. Otherwise, your thoughts are going to keep pulling you towards the entertainment that's already tempted you and you've been indulging in. So the second thing is it covers your sins. Just like Baba Bidhi Chand. He said, Aai kalla chor betha, and they look at him doing Simran, and all of his sins are covered. Dekho Simran ki vadiyai. Satgur taak liya mohe papi parda. Maharaj Ji's put a veil, a curtain over all of your sins. They don't look at the person that was drinking and doing whatever. They're going to look at this Gursikh that's committed themselves to Guru Sahib. And what does it do eventually? The grave merges you. The grave merges you. The grave is made up of dirt. And Bhai Gurdas Ji has said, Murda hoye murid, so gur gor samave. Gur, meaning Guru Sahib. If Guru Sahib was a grave and you were the dead body, then that grave is that dirt, and your body is eventually going to decompose, or your hankar is going to decompose and become the very form that you originated from. The form of Akal Purkh that sits inside of you as your Jyot. Bhai Bidhi Chand now has become one of the elite Gursikhs of Guru Arjan Dev Ji. So much so that when Tan Sri Guru Arjan Dev Ji would go to Lahore, because that so-called Emperor Jahangir has put conditions on Guru Maharaj Ji that tusi Gurbani nu badal deo. There's no sifat, there's no praises of Hazrat Muhammad. And he says that the Creator, ho apo bolna janda main kehya sab hukm aao jiyo. It's according to the hukm of the Creator is what I say. I'm not going to change Gurbani. Then he says, become a Muslim. Maharaj Ji says, I know there's a no to that as well. Then he says, you have to pay this much money. He says, all the money that I have is the Sangat, and I'm not going to misplace it or misuse it. Then what? Then Yasa. Yasa is a penalty that people used to give to people so they wouldn't. You can torture them, you can punish them, and eventually lead to their death, but no droplet of their blood should be spilt on the ground. You boil them, you burn them, you starve them, but you don't cut them so blood spills. So what did they do to Tan Sri Guru Arjan Dev Ji? They made him sit on a hot plate. There's fire all around. Mian Mir, who had seen Guru Arjan Dev Ji in question a pankti in Sukhmani Sahib, that how can a person go through pain and peace and reside in the same balance and harmony? And Maharaj answered Mian Mir as Maharaj sits on the stove. Before that he had been starved. They had put Maharaj into a boiling cauldron, and now putting Maharaj on a stove and then pouring hot sand on top of him. And this poor person who's pouring the hot sand didn't want to as well. It was Chandu that threatened his family that your family won't be alive if you don't do this. And you know the same karcha would be the means of Chandu's death. The same person is the person who kills Chandu later on. His name is Gurditta Prapunja. He was crying while he was doing this. Maharaj says, no, what you have to do, you have to do. But don't worry, the same hands that create the sin will be redeemed. That's all he lived with. When he saw in Lahore the galiyan, jadu Chandu aunda si, oh ek karcha leke ode ted de vich khumota. So anyways, Maharaj would tell Mian Mir. Mian Mir says, I'll burn everybody from Delhi to Lahore. I have that spiritual bal. I have that spiritual capacity. Maharaj says, Shodo priti cham se. Leave your love for the flesh. Kya hua? So what? Tan tab raha. Then my body is burning. Man hai shante hari naam se. My mind is at peace with God's name. And the 5 Gursikhs that Guru Arjan Dev Ji picked before going to Lahore and were a witness of when the Gurta Gaddi was given to Guru Har Gobind Sahib Ji, and Maharaj Ji did Prakarma and then Matha take Panj Paise and a Nariyal, a coconut. That was the Maryada of passing the Guruship on. Those 5, 6 were such. Dora, Bidhiya, Jetha, Peda, Pirana, Langa, Siramor. These are, sorry, maaf karna, I didn't know you guys were recite after. Bidhiya is Baba Bidhi Chand, Bhai Jetha is Pai Jekaji, Pai Pada, Pirana, Langa. These Gursikhs aren't just the Panj Pyare for Guru Arjan Dev Ji. They also became the generals for Guru Hargobind Sahib Ji. Because Sirmor, remember Siri, Bidhi, Sas Prakash. Aagya na Siri? Sirmor. Sirmor, the elite that Guru Maharaj Ji chose. That jinna de pakki avastha si. Meaning they dolan wale nahi si. That already has been enlightened. Pancham Gur ke sang ge, ye Sikh Panch Lahore, by the fifth Guru. De naal o ge, ye Sikh Panch Lahore. That these were the 5 Gursikhs that went to Lahore. And Khalsa Ji, after all that was done, all the torture, and Maharaj's whole body is charred, has blisters, and Maharaj makes his way out of Chandu's Haveli and asks to do Ishnan, which they think is a proper torture as well, because if your body's charred, if you have a burn, try putting water on it. It's very painful. So they think of this as a torture if Guru Arjan Dev Ji is asking for Ishnan. But Maharaj knows that there's a maryada of doing funeral rites, and Sriya de Ishnan karna chahiye pehla before doing part. Maharaj does Ishnan at the river Ravi. There's a river flowing next to the Lahore Kila, and there is a Gurdwara Asthan of Tan Sri Guru Arjan Dev Ji. Maharaj ne Ishnan kita us Asthan te, and these 5 Gursikhs would be there witnessing all of this. And as they witnessed all of this, Guru Arjan Dev Ji told them that, go tell Guru Hargobind Sahib Ji, it's righteous now to take up the sword, because that pinnacle of tolerance has been reached. These guys are going to be pushing people around. Sikhi's not going to be on this face of the earth if you don't take up the kirpan. Tell Guru Hargobind Sahib Ji now it's justified to take up the sword. Well, what would happen is that these 5 Gursikhs would say, Sache Pasha, how do we get out of this para? There's tons of guards all around. Guru Maharaj Ji says, Bharosa rakho, that keep faith and do Simran and go through this para and they won't even see you. And that's how they would leave. But only after Maharaj Ji would recite Kurbani and take a kambal on over them. And by Ba, this Rababi would become also a fighter in Guru Maharaj Ji's wars too. Inna Sidki Sikhi, he would have a rabab on him while he was letting out tears. And then one time in the first war, just a little aside, when Bibi Viro's Vyah was going to happen, the youngest child of Guru Hargobind Sahib Ji and the only daughter, her Vyah is happening, the first war is happening. The house is in Amritsar, just a little bit, a bit of a walk from Sri Harmandir Sahib. And there's so much going on. They all leave the house because they're evacuating the family. And there's a war going on one side. And Maharaj is this beautiful orchestrator of how all of it's going to happen. They're saying, let's forget the Vyah. Maharaj is like, no, the Vyah is going to happen. And there was something that Baba Buddha Ji said, Onu vi prove. Maharaj was going to prove that to be true. All this is happening and they leave Bibi Viro in the house alone. They forget to take Bibi Viro. And it's her wedding. So Maharaj turns and looks at all of his surme and he picks the Rababi, Balak Rababi, to go on horse while there's armies fighting and so forth. He goes, takes Bibi Viro on the horse and he comes out. Kinne de gon gawa main? Sare de gon gaane chahide hai. But today's focus, Baba Bidhi Chand, Bidhi adik Sikh mil, virag karaye, pehla to bahut virag aaya. Hanju hatde hi nahi si. They could fill another river beside the river that was already flowing. Rababi ko gaur kara maru sabda lai. Rababi nu kya? Shabd maru rag de ga hon tu. And as they placed Maharaj's body into the river, it disappeared. And they would go unnoticed by the guards. They would be blinking, but yet they can't see these 5 Gursikhs going in front of them. Don't you think at that time, Baba Bidhi Chand's heart nischa pakki jandi hai? His faith in Guru Sahib is solid, that these people are looking at me, but they don't see me. They go to Amritsar with heavy hearts. They have to provide this news to the Sangat there. Bhai Gurdas ji comes forward and Pucho Tab Gurdas, he asks, Guru Arjan Dev ji naal nahi aaye, unna bare dasso. Sabbe baat Bidhi kahi. Baba Bidhi Chand said everything. They look around, none of them can speak, but Baba Bidhi Chand mustered up something to tell him that Guru Arjan Dev Ji and what has happened to him. Keen Atir Parkash, that which will give you no comfort, hearing about Guru Arjan Dev Ji and how Marji's Shahidi happened, because all of those 5 Gursikhs now live with that image, and for the rest of their lives they would see Guru Arjan Dev Ji's image in that Shahidi form. You wonder why jis tarah hun Bhagat Ji kehndे ਆ ਹੁਣ Sri Guru Arjan Dev Ji tatti tavi te baithan lag gaya, is because he's trying to provoke that inside of you as well, because these were the 5 Gursikhs that already had it in them. Because if it happens and you start seeing Marji's form, even in that Shahidi form, guess what will happen? Prakash aajuga tode vich. Prakash aajuga. If you can see Marji like that in that form, if Marji blesses you with it. There's countless things that we can go into, but detail will slow us down. This should say, all are crying, but Mata Ganga Ji, Baba Buddha Ji, Bhai Gurdas Ji, and Guru Har Gobind Sahib Ji go in front of Guru Granth Sahib Ji, and before they take Hukamnama, a light comes. And they hear a voice from the light saying that this Sarup of Guru Har Gobind Sahib Ji is mine, and it's the Creator talking to them. It says, my Sarup, ek Gur Parameshwara, and let him adorn Miri Piri de Talwar, and tusi vi ek takht racho, higher than Delhi. They would make a Kal Bunga, and people can come and they can destroy Akal Takht, but they'll never touch Akal Bunga, because it was made by the hands of Guru Har Gobind Sahib Ji, Bhai Gurdas Ji, and Baba Buddha Ji. Inna ne oh banaya si, oh hukum sun ke. Now I have to get into the story because time's already running out. I'm actually way behind other groups. So chalo. He earned blessings. And for the blessing, there were 8 main blessings. And these are 4, but I want you to understand it beforehand, before I tell you when he got it. That Satgur da ang aja ek bari ga diye, pyare o Bidhi Chand China pind da. Gao fir jaag bhi paoge tusi. The pyare o are you guys. Pyare o Bidhi Chand China pind da. O ta ban gaya Guran da Sina. 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 That's what it means, Sina. Satguru da Ang. It became Marji's limb. Part of it, Sina means chest. But when we say chest, it really implies your heart, because what's behind that chest that's pumping blood is that heart. Oh, the Guru Maharaj da dil ban gaya, pyara ban gaya. Right? Sadh da sang Baba Adli ji na sangat kiti, he got reformed. And other Mahapurush and Mata Nanaki. Mata Nanaki ne aja var ditta na, because now the story that's about to start, it starts in Intihas by this. Mata Nanaki goes and asks Guru Har Gobind Sahib Ji, why are people always talking about Baba Bidhi Chand? Why is he so famous? They said, Baba Bidhi Chand nu aap hi puch lo Mata Ji. She would hear the Sakhi and then she would give a var to Baba, anybody that recites the name of Baba Bidhi Chand, and it would be the most difficult task. If Baba Bidhi Chand's name is in your heart and you're reciting it, that you'll be able to complete the task. I'm going to tell you a little bit more, but I'm going to go over time, but dekhi jaoga. Naam da Ram, he was imbued in God's Naam, the color of Maharaji's Naam, Nischa Apang. This is what he asked for and this was what he received. That's what we ask for. And Gyani Pardeep Singh nu tusi dhyan ਨਾਲ ਸੁਣਿਓ ਅਰਦਾਸ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ, he always asks for this. Nischa Apang, because Gursikh's ardas is rooted in their history as well too. Nischa Apang means that faith, but indestructible faith. That it let faith not be like a roller coaster, that it goes up and then it goes down. And you're not in harmony. Let it be that it be so solid inside of you like Baba Bidhi Chand. That even in the most difficult times, that it does not break. It's unconditional, it's unwavering. The story starts out that Tara Chand and Bhagat Mal are leading a group from Kabul to Guru Maharaj Ji. देखो जो प्रचार होता सी ना, eventually Gursikhs would get छुट्टियां from their नौकरियां. They would all collect together and let's sing the praises of Guru Sahib and make our way to Guru Sahib. They would also collect gifts to matha take to Guru Maharaj Ji. And there is one person in that jatha jida no hai Karodi Mal. He was a Sikh of Guru Hargobind Sahib Ji, and he had purchased 2 Iraqi horses. Both of the horses are brothers and they have names as well. There's Gulbag and Dilbag, the 2 horses. They're Iraqi horses. They're trained such that they can swim in water. The horses can swim. Very beautiful to look at. And these horses are being brought only for Guru Hargobind Sahib Ji. But when they're going past Lahore, Shah Jahan, who is not an admirable person in the Sikh ityas, but loki te ja ke utte Taj Mahal aaye khade ho jande hai so they can take a picture like they're picking up Taj Mahal. Main na jaya karo, tusi utte ਰਹਿਣ ਦਿਓ. I make a benti to you guys. Oh, je bande ne ki dekhna when somebody makes the Taj Mahal and you cut off all the people's hands that made it, and he's still getting saluted as a great lover that made it from Mumtaz. His son was Aurangzeb. And Aurangzeb would put him into a prison as well too. But Shah Jahan he would wage a war against Guru Hargobind Sahib Ji as well too. But chalo, he's the king at that time. His officials are sent out that if you see things, confiscate him under my name. They saw the horses and they said that this is fit for the king, and they took the horses. And now Tara Chand and Bhagat Mal, Karodi Mal appear before Guru Maharaj Ji, and Karodi Mal has nothing in his hands. And he says, Sache Pacha, unhone mere hathon khole. They took it away from my hands. Sangat hears about the horses and how beautiful they are, how talented they are. And all the Sangat starts making to Guru Maharaj Ji. Maharaj Ji doesn't need all the stuff that you place before him. But Govind Pao Bhagata Pukha. Jera pyar milda na, ohi cheez Maharaj Ji hungers for. That sits behind what you're giving. If you're just giving it because you're rich, it has no value for Maharaj Ji. But ode piche pyar si Karodi Ma. He wanted only for Guru Maharaj Ji. Sometimes Gursikhs see something, they don't think about their own homes. They say, wouldn't this look nice on Guru Maharaj Ji? Aapde koi pavan tutti jutti hove, but Guru Maharaj Ji should have the best things. That's a bhavna of a Gursikh. And that Gursikh says, Sache Pasha, mere ko kuch hai nahi tonu denu. I put it in those horses, my love, to bring before you, and I have nothing to give you. And the Sangat makes a request. And Maharaj Ji turns to Baba Bidhi Chand. Baba Bidhi Chand says, Bidhiya, wo kode leke aa sakda? Baba Bidhi Chand says, Sache Pasha je todi kirpa hove, even if the Suraj had horses made out of fire, I could bring them back. Meri eh nischa, but todi kirpa hove. Maharaj Ji says, Ja Bidhiya, meri kirpa tode naal a. Unu thapda ditta, and Bidhi Chand Bahadur now makes his way to Lahore. He finds a house of Bhai Jeevan Ji. Bhai Jeevan Ji bhi bahut pyara Anand Gursikh si. He meets him, embraces him tightly, because Bhai Jeevan Ji embraced Baba Bidhi Ji tightly because oh Anand Sikha Guru Maharaj Ji, and he lives every day seeing Guru Hargobind Sahib Ji. And ਉਹਨਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਇਹ ਜਿਹਾ ਸੁਭਾਅ ਅੱਗੇ ਵੀ ਮਿਲਦਾ ਨਹੀਂ ਹੁੰਦਾ ਸੀ. He arrives in Lahore to Bhai Jeevan Ji and he says, Sikha, seva tere kole. By the morning, get some clothes that resemble people that cut grasses ready for me, and get a ramba ready for me. A ramba. Now the horse has been taken into the killa, and this is a massive killa. Like Maharaji's Shahidi Asthan is beside here too, and the river Ravi is flowing at that time, not now. The river Ravi is flowing, so they made this massive. It's fortified. The battlements are made so strong that people can try to pierce it with cannonballs, and this thing would still stay up, majboota. And on the other side, Bhai Bidhi Chand has arrived at this Gursikh's home, and he tells him to get him ready a ramba or a blade to cut grass. Bhai Jeevan Ji says Sat Vachan. He says, Sikha minu aram karna pena. Onu bhojan ditta. He slept for the night. It's a big task tomorrow morning. He needs his rest. And all night, Bhai Jeevan Ji prepares this blade for him. Doesn't sleep. Seva Pavna dekho. And by the morning, Baba Bidhi Chand wakes up at Amrit Vela, takes everything, hugs the Gursikh and gives him his love in this manner. And then he goes off to the edge of the river Ravi. He does his ardas. The Sache Pasha Sevak ko seva bane ai. Tusi seva diti hai. Isi karan main sevak akha sakda. Sache Pasha hun safalta baksho. He dresses himself as a kahi or a grass cutter. People used to cut grass, give it, sell it, and then people that had cows, they would purchase it, give it to their cows or their horses, and then what would happen is they would eat it and the cows would produce milk. There's a whole cycle of jobs pretty much. He's put on a kahi pace. And what does he do? He goes to the river Ravi, he finds the greenest grass and he cuts it. He makes a bundle, and as the day moves on, he makes his way to the front of Lahore where there's a marketplace. And in the marketplace, he goes around asking things. He says, Veera, have you heard about those horses? Oh, the horses that are in the killa now. Yeah, 2 horses. He makes sure that that's where their location is. Then he goes on further, making friends with people, talking. He's like, who's in charge of this? I'm kind of new to this part. And he said, the guy says, see that guy? See the gates are opening right now? See that guy right there? His name is Sonde Khan. That's him. On the first day, Baba Bidhi Chand says, Ode na milap karta. He goes close as people are offering money for that grass because they haven't seen such green grass. He puts the price so high that they can't afford to buy it. But he goes near the killa, and where there's a tree, he sits down and he puts the grass. Maharaji ne eja kota karchaya. Remember, it's Guru Har Gobind Sahib Ji that's setting the scenery. The lights coming down on the green grass. And seeing such greenery in such hot weather is very hard for people in India. They don't see green grass much of the time. And they saw the green grass. Sonde Khan tells his sevadar, jaake unu poch kinni di keemata. When they come up to Baba Bidhi Chand, and they ask him, Sonde Khan comes with the guard and he asks him, Tera naam kiya? He says, Kasera. Now Kasera, he's not lying. That's a grass cutter. If you come to the pharmacy and says, who's a pharmacist? And the person says, I'm the pharmacist. That doesn't mean that they're not the pharmacist. They have a name as well. He says, Kasera mera naam. He says, Kasera, yeah, I'm just like you would say an occupation of what you are. Kasera, because that's what he did. He cut the grass. And they say that, Idi Keemat, and listen to what Baba Bidhi Chand says. Turang sache paatshah ko je kar mantrin khai. These, he said that if these are meant for the horses of the true king, because they were looking for such green grass for the horses. They wanted the horses to be healthy. And they saw that green grass would be the best sustenance for the horses. Turanga means horse. Sache Paatshah ko, if this is for the true king's horses. Now when he says true kings, who do you think he's referring to? It's not the other Paatshah. He's saying Sache. Je ka mamatrin khai jira mere ka nu khan ke ta. If they eat that, deho solevo. Whatever you give me, I'll take. I consider it a blessing if my true king's horses eat this grass. He's saying it from his heart. He's not lying. Har Mainu to bahut pyar aauga. I'll be very happy inside if those horses eat that grass. Nahe karo main nahe. And I won't say anything to you even if you leave me empty-handed. They're so amazed at this person's humility that onu kehta, aajo, pick up the bundle. He puts that grass on his head, and now on the first day that he hasn't been able to matha take to Guru Maharaj or see Maharaj's darshan, and he's been given this task, he's made his way into the gates of Lahore. This massive fort, he's inside. And as he's brought before the horses, he sees Gulbag and Dilbag, and they tell him to place the grass before it. He, as if it was Guru Hargobind Sahib Ji, puts the grass as we matha take. And what does he do? He matha takes to the horses. And they're all watching. Nobody's seen anybody matha take to any horse. They've seen horses matha take. But nobody's matha take to a horse. Utho turangan ke pag paro, pag means pad, under the pad, the pad, yeah. Saban sunavat the bak uchro. And he's saying something. Bak means words. These are the words he's saying. Sache Patshah ke kore. That he's saying this is the true king's horses. Onu aap Guru Maharaj Ji the darshan nahi hoye, but when you see possessions of Maharaj Ji, like, oh, this Sharda is going right to Guru Hargobind Sahib Ji. He's matha taking that Sache Pasha. Aaj tode dadar nahi hoye, but I get to see your horses, and he's matha taking. And baar kenda mere Sache Pasha de kode aata mere Sacha Pasha de kode bandani humko kar jore. And it becomes of me to do namaskar. And they're all wondering, kinna pola pala jaya, and enna prem rakhda raje vaste. He leaves the grass, and they give him some money. He takes the money, and as he walks out, he sees a beggar, and he places it into his choli. And he walks off, and he goes to Bhai Jeevan Ji. Kyunki ohne khana nahi si us paise de naal. He was not going to take the Badshah's jhuthi jehdi kamai paise na kos khana si. He left it and he gave it to a beggar because that's who he's taking it from. He's taking it from the poor people. And just like Robin Hood, he is distributing it. And he goes to Bhai Jeevan Ji's house and othe prashada shakya kyunki oh dasano di kirt karda si. In the morning, routine starts again. Cuts the grass at the river Ravi. Comes back to the marketplace. They see the green grass. They bring him in. He gives it to the horses. Starts again. 15 days goes on. Same routine. And then, Sonde Khan Fornaya. This guy always has green grass. And he has so much shraddha. His trust goes up in Baba Bidhi Chand. And he tells him that, do you want a job? Do you want to be a kind of stable keeper? He said, I'll be very honored if you give me this job. And I don't even need wages. I'll do it for free. Free? Okay, we'll keep you. They keep Baba Bidhi Chand now. And he brings grass every day. The horses are starting to love him. They neigh every time he comes nearby. And then they take their snout and then hit him on the side in affection. They're in love with Baba Bidhi Chand. He's matha taking to the horses on a daily routine. He's brushing them, cleaning their stools, bringing the grass. And they're seeing that the whole day he's doing seva, unthak, doesn't ask for anything. And one day Shah Jahan would come himself too and see this. And he says that, look at my horses, how beautiful they are. Sonde Khan's following along because he's the manager, yes. And he's like, this is the person who takes care of him. Baba Bidhi Chand's there brushing the horses. And he says, every day he matha takes to him and says, they're your horses. But little does the Shah know that he didn't matha take at that time to him. So now what's happening is that he's so amazed, Shah Jahan, that these horses look so beautiful and healthy that he calls his Khajanchi, his treasurer, and he gives him 2,000 rupees. Baba Bidhi Chand, after Shah Jahan moves on, he takes the paise, hands it to Sonde Khan. He says, I don't know what to do with this money. Can you take care of it? Sure, Bidhi Chand, I'll take care of it. He takes the money and he has so much trust now for Bidhi Chand because he's trusting him with the money. Bidhi Chand has no desire for the Badshah's money. Sonde Khan has so much trust for him. Now Bidhi Chand in a few days asks that these guards are always inspecting me as I go out the gates to get grass and come back. Can you tell everybody that, don't disturb me when I'm doing seva? Sonde Khan, acha, sare, peredaro, sare itthe aao. He calls them all, oye, akasere nu tusi puchna nahi theek hai? Jime jaoga aoga inu khulli chutti hai. And they say, theek hai, whatever. And then all of them now have given freedom to Bhai Bidhi Chand to come in and out. But when he's doing this, he's seeing that the amount of guards at night and day are the same. How do you get horses out of this killa? It's like impossible. So a little sansa came in, his doubt. But look how he talks to himself. That's why I pulled this out of Itihas. Satgur hoy hai aap sahai. Don't worry, Bidhi Chand. Guru Maharaj is going to help you. Maharaj is going to be by your side. Sanse karan na mohe bane aaye. It doesn't become of you to doubt Sache Pasha. You did the ardas, Maharaj ape. He's doing this carriage. He's going to do this himself. So now Baba Bidhi Chand, all of a sudden something came to him. And he decided that tomorrow when I get out grass, I'm going to get something else as well. So he gets grass. Inside of there he gets a boulder, a big rock. And he covers it up with grass and carries it in as if he's still carrying the bundle. Nobody notices him. Nobody questions him. And when nightfall comes, he goes to the side of the killa where the river Ravi flows, and he goes up on the staircase to the top of the battlement or the fort wall. And what does he do? He throws the rock. He throws the rock into the water, makes a big splash. All the guards rush to the edge of the wall. They're all looking, Aki si. And they're all asking each other, Machi si, nahi, magarmach si. Some say that he might have been splashed. All of them then eventually say that it's probably a machi that just like came up and splashed, made a big splash. We don't have to worry. Everybody returned to their posts. They all go back. The next day, Baba Bidhi Chand throws another rock. Half the amount of guards come now. The next night, Baba Bidhi Chand throws another rock. Every night he's bringing a boulder and throwing it out. So as time goes on, this is a routine. And now no guards are coming up to the wall to see what that splash is. It happens around the same time every night. So now what happens next? He goes to the guards because he's trying to put all the puzzles to get piece of the puzzles together to make the scenario work. He goes, is there a saddle that the Raja wears on there? Oh, you mean the expensive saddle? One of the guards said. He's like, yeah, the expensive saddle. He's like, yeah, that's encrusted and worth hundreds of thousands of dollars. You should see it. It's amazing. It only comes out on special processions. He says, no, I really want to see it now. I know about life that you can expire one day and then keep pata, hai na? Tusi mainu darshan kara doge. So I can't do that. No, you're not going to be able to do that. So Bidhi Chand goes to Sonde Khan. I really want to see this saddle, but they won't let me. Acha. Sahar nu sadde. Oye, murko, kasere nu dikhao huni jean. Show him the saddle. And the person, the guard who's in charge of the key, he goes and takes. Aja kasereya. They take Baba Bidhi Chand. Baba Bidhi Chand watches them as they take the key out. He opens a saddle, the wooden door for the room that has all the saddles. And there in the midst is that saddle with all the jewels encrusted and so forth. Baba Bidhi Chand says, what are these little rocks on the side? And they're like, you fool, those are jewels. That's what makes it expensive. He's like, don't they rub against the thigh of the Shah Jahan? And they're like, no, you don't understand. He's like, I don't think it's worth that much. They're like, no, it's hundreds and thousands of dollars. And then after Baba Bidhi Chand comes out, they lock the door and they put the keys away. Now he says, I have everything, but how do I make this work? When do I choose to go? Because the guards are still there. Dekho Sache Pasha de Rang. In the next following nights, all the guards collect together, their friends of Bidhi Chand, and say, Bidhi Chand, oh tenu promotion mili jande hunde a, sanu party nahi kade diti. They're all saying this to Baba Bidhi Chand. And he's like, a flag went up in his head. He's like, okay, you want a party? What kind of a party do you want? Apa ki karna, bas apa sharab chaunde ha, sanu sharab piya de. And then Baba Bidhi Chand says, don't worry, I'll give you the best alcohol. So he's planning this party for them. He goes to Sonde Khan because he's not going to use his money to purchase alcohol. He goes to Sonde Khan, the money that he had gave him. He said, can I get some money out so I can get alcohol? My friends want to have a party. So it just sounds weird for everybody saying. And this is the ityas, I'm telling you. He goes out, he goes to a brewery, and he tells them, make him the strongest alcohol that won't kill him. They make the strongest alcohol for him. He brings it back in this big vase, and he pours it out for them in the night. And they're like, oh, bahut vadiya Bidhi Chand, current bajda sade. They're all drinking it. They're like falling asleep. And Baba Bidhi Chand sees that one of them's still awake. And when the last one falls asleep, Baba Bidhi Chand makes his move. He goes to the little khidki, opens it up, gets the key, goes to the saddle room, takes the jean, puts it on Dilbag in the stable house. And he says, Chal mere pyarya, main tenu Guru Har Gobind Sahib Ji ko le chalna. And he heals him, goes up the podium, up the battlement, on the top of the fort. And then Baba Bidhi Chand ne man de vich Maharji di kirpa jat support leke. Then he says, Aja Dilbag Shalmar. And he heals the horse. And then he jumps over the fort wall and into the river Ravi, and a big splash happens. And as the horse comes back to the top and surfaces on the water, it starts swimming to the edge of the river. And Jakari are waiting for Baba Bidhi Chand as he arrives to Guru Har Gobind Sahib Ji, that Bidhi Chand Surma, Bidhi Chand Bahadur has brought back the horse out of that Killa of Shah Jahan. They see Dilbag, and Guru Maharaj ji ne khushi ditti, Baba Bidhi Chand nu pyar ditta. And then he says to Bhai Jetha, your zummavari is to take care of this horse. So he says, it's your zummavari. And when Baba Jetha ji starts looking after the horse, days go by. I'm going to have to move a little bit faster because it's almost time. Days go by, he sees that the horse is not eating hay. It's not eating hay. And akkhan cho neer wagi jande. It's crying. They ask Guru Har Gobind Sahib Ji, that sanu ta pata nahi lagda. And Guru Maharaj Ji ta antarjam tha. Places his hands on the horse and then closes his eyes, and he says he misses his brother. They've been raised together. He's going to die without his brother. He's not going to eat. He calls Baba Bidhi Chand and he says, return him back to the Killa. Take him back. Baba Bidhi Chand takes his azuri and folds it. Sache Paatshah, aay na kyo, to return the Koda. Tell me to bring back the other one. And then, fir matha tekya Guru Maharaj Ji ne. जब बंधन कर चुक्यो अगारी माँ जी अगे जाके चुकया थापी दीन गुरबल पारी शटम पीर बैठा गुरपारी the 7 foot Guru बड़ा जोधा Guru Har Gobind Sahib Ji ने थापड़ा दिता आज करंट लंघ गया बाबा बिधि चंद दे शरीर दे विचों इन्ना जोश भरिया बाबा बिधि चंद नू. He knows there are people looking for him right now. He knows that every one of Shah Jahan's officials are looking for this Kasera individual that's taken the horses, and he's going into the devil's den, and all he knows is Marji's kirpas with him. And Marji says to Baba Bidhi Chand, Jim chit chahe karenge so, whatever method, whatever bidhi that you have in your head and you choose to do, don't worry. Nobody's going to be able to stop you. Baba Bidhi Chand goes to another Gur Sikh, Jara Tarkhan Sikh si. He goes to his house, and the Sikhs saying, no, don't do this. Are you really? They're going to catch you. He says, I have Marji's kirpa with me. Ardas kiti viya. He knows that this is Marji's courage. He's come. He's analyzed that area of the fort. ਪਰ ਉਹਦੇ ਮਨ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਜਿਸ ਤਰ੍ਹਾਂ moon ਪ੍ਰਕਾਸ਼ ਹੈ ਨਾ, ਉਹ ਜੇ ਪ੍ਰਕਾਸ਼ and faith is prakash inside of Baba Bidhi Chand. What happens now is that are you with the next group? दो मिनट ठहर जाओ, हमारी ending start है. It's the best part. So Baba Bidhi Chand, this is caught on camera too. Anyways, Baba Bidhi Chand goes to that sixth house, and then what happens is he gets up and he tells him that Sikha, I need a black robe all the way to my ankles. I need a chain whip, and I need a rosary, and I need to sleep. He rests all night, and that Sikh all night gets a metal whip, right? Ready, and a chola sara smak. By the morning it's ready. Baba Bidhi Chand does his ardas. He dresses himself in a black chola. He parts his beard in two sides. He lets his hair down from the back, and golji dastar upram banli. And he takes the mala and he starts fairing his akhan left and right, and he goes in front of the killa and he started saying that these officials are looking for a man named Kasera that has stolen the horses. They didn't say why they were looking for it, but he acts as a fortune teller. And he says that. Now, who better to be a fortune teller? He's going in front of him and saying that, Jis tarah ਮੈਨੂੰ ਸਾਰਾ ਪਤਾ ਇਥੋਂ ਘੋੜਾ ਚੋਰੀ ਹੋਇਆ ਇੱਕ ਘੋੜਾ ਸੀ ਦੋ ਭਰਾ ਘੋੜੇ ਆ and one of the paradars are about to lose their job because Shah Jahan now knows, and he's swearing at all of them for letting this happen, and he's saying that who grew a second head that is willing for me to cut it off for them. ਧਮਕੀਆਂ ਵੀ ਜੀ ਦਿੰਦਾ ਨਾ, that who messes with the king like this, and they're all looking for ways to correct this. So they see a fortune teller, and this guy's accurate and legit. Let's call him in. Well, they call out Shah Jahan and Sonde Khan, and they listen to him. And he says that if you want to hear more, you have to take me into the killa. They're like, Aja ino andar leke chaliye. They open the gates. Baba Bidhi Chand's back where he started. And he goes to the stable room and starts sniffing it. Right beside the horse that he's going to take, he's sniffing the ground. And he says, you didn't give me all the information. It wasn't just a horse that was stolen. Somebody got, there was a precious saddle that was stolen as well too. You guys aren't telling the truth. And they're like, whoa, this guy knows his stuff. Baba Bidhi Chand now realizes he doesn't have much more information, but he has a couple of pieces of information. So he starts stretching it out, started doing this whole act, and he says, still foggy, I can't tell. And he in his head is calculating the price of that gene. Because that wasn't Guru Hargobind Sahib Ji's, but he's going to settle the debt. So if it's Chori, he's going to make a purchase. It was around 400,000 that it was worth, but he needed some more money. So he starts taking a long time. Shah Jahan's growing impatient. He's like, tell me quickly the name and the place, and I'll give you a reward and you can get out of here, because there was a reward on Baba Bidhi Chand's head for 400,000. Right? But he knows it's worth more, so he's waiting out, and he says, I'll give you 125,000 more if you tell me faster. He says, no problem. Yeah, I'll tell you faster. I can tell you faster. You guys were all drunk that night and all sleeping. We have to recreate the whole scene. We have to recreate the whole scene. The whole night, you guys have to go to sleep. You have to close your doors. And Shah Jahan, you weren't even here. He's like, yeah, I was up in the tower. You have to go in the tower. And before, when meri jadon lagi na changi tajarba, I'll tell you guys and then I'll leave. So everybody starts recreating the night. The doors are closed, the guards are in their rooms, and then Bidhi Chand knows where the keys are and he goes and locks every door. And now Bidhi Chand makes his move. He goes to the stable and maaf karna, he goes to the saddle room, grabs the jira saddle hunda, places it on Gulbagh, and he says, you probably miss your brother as well. Let me take you back to your brother. He heals him and he goes to the top. He goes to the top of the Kila Kan. And Shah Jahan's watching him from an open area because he's already tried to come and open the door. But it's locked. So he ran back and he keeps calling out to people, but nobody's coming out because they're all locked in. And Bidhi Chand shows him the keys. Shah Jahan says, Murkha, I'm going to kill you. I'm going to kill you. He's threatening Baba Bidhi Chand. And Bidhi Chand decides to talk to him. He says, I was going to tell you who took this. My name is Bidhi Chand. And I am a Sikh of Guru Hargobind Sahib Ji. I'm taking this horse where I took the first one to a pind called Bhai Rupa. And I owed you money. You owe me money now. Our debt is settled. Our debt is settled for the gene that I took and the saddle that I took on the first horse. And these keys, they're going to be thrown into the river Ravi. And na kya ke Guru Maharaj Ji da naam leke placed his heels, kicked his heels on the horse and shal maar ke into the river Ravi as Shah Jahan witnessed it all. He lands in the water. The horse surfaces, swims to the edge of the river, and then he makes his way singing a shabd. Apne sevak ki aape rakhe, aape naam japave. Is tarah de shabd gaunda hoya. Bidhi Chand Surma, Bidhi Chand Bahadur has made his way back with the second horse and the Sangats all standing, and Guru Hargobind Sahib Ji stood. Utthe agar hoye anand paye. Maharaj Ji pure anand de vicha. He's in pure anand. That is Surma. Baba Bidhi Chand has now returned with the second horse. And Dord Bidhi Chand ko pag laptaye. Baba Bidhi Chand sees Guru Maharaj Ji and he runs to Guru Hargobind Sahib Ji and he falls on Guru Hargobind Sahib Ji's feet and he says to Guru Maharaj Ji, Maharaj Ji, you made this play possible. Das Jan, know me as your slave, just Moko Deen, and you're giving me the vadiyai. But you're the one who did all this. And then Tan Sri Guru Hargobind Sahib Ji said this. Sri Mukh Maharaj Ji says from his Mukharbind, Pavitra Mukharbind, China, Gursina, China, Gursina, Pyareo, Bidhi Chand China, Pindda. O ta ban gya Guran da Sina, O ta ban gya Guran da Sina. O ta ban gya Guran da Sina, O ta ban gya Guran da Sina. Pyareo, Bidhi Chand China Pind da. Pyareo, Bidhi Chand China Pind da. O ta ban gya Guran da Sina, O ta ban gya Guran da Sina. O ta ban gya Guran da Sina, O ta ban gya Guran da Sina. ਤੁਸੀਂ ਵੀ ਆਈ ਗਾਈ ਚੱਲਿਓ ਸਾਰੇ ਦਿਨ ਸਾਨੂੰ ਸੁਣਾਈ ਚੱਲੋ ਸੱਚੇ ਪਾਤਸ਼ਾਹ ਕਿਸ ਤਰ੍ਹਾਂ ਬਿਧੀ ਚੰਦ ਮਾਰ ਜੀ ਦਾ ਦਿਲ ਬਣ ਗਿਆ. Khalsa ji, he was a chore, he had pop, he had a past that nobody thought could be cleared. Maharaj Ji made a clean slate for him. A clean slate. And he says to him, Bidhi Chand, gur ke ras peena. Tu Maharaj Ji da ras na paraya hoya. Mainu jadon bulauna, inne ras na bulauna. Bulaya karo Guru Maharaj Ji na ras na. So, we come to the end. Part 2 is coming up. And that will be during the optional period at 3:30. But before you guys go, there are 2 paintings that have been made by a young aspiring artist in Surrey. And I wanted to promote her a little bit towards this side, so I got her to make a painting. Second thing is another painting is by established artist. His name is Bhai Pardeep Singh. You can find him on Instagram. And I've already mentioned it to the Prabandhaks about calling him to this camp. Because he loves making pictures of Nihang Singh's is pretty much his passion. And he makes a lot of paintings. I got him to make a painting of Bidhi Chand. And there's a draw happening for those paintings. So you can get it. And I have a paper and pen where we're going to be putting it in. So before you go, Pulchuk Khema Karni. I know I probably made countless mistakes. Forgive me if I did injustice to the story. And Zarur, if you have time at that time, aisle and we can share the Antala Sama of Baba Bidhi Chand, of how he passed away as well, okay? Malar Pool Shamo Srinath Rama Pathe Karna Nidadas Toharo Avgun Kot Pare Aprada Vagya Dokna Nek Vicharo Jo Hum Poot Kaput Sabi Bid Avgun Chukna Das Chataro Bahange Ki Laaj Karo Muj He Pagavant Daya Kartaro Vaheguru Ji Ka Khalsa